God causes all things to work together. That God causes. That God causes. That God causes all things to work together. That God, if you don't get this point, listen, if you don't get this point, you might as well go ahead and put your finger up and go now. If you don't get hit this, nothing else is going to matter. And that God causes. See, I think we forget sometimes in the sovereignty of God, in the fact, the reality is that God is in control at all times with all things. Okay, let me try it again. God is in control at all times of all things. God is, and let me try it over here. God is in control of all times, at all times of all things. God is in control at all times of all things. I know why some of you can't shout, because the truth is, our problem is when we get in some things, it doesn't look like God is anywhere to be found. You just keep sitting there, but is there about 7 witnesses that will raise your hand and say, preacher, I'm exactly where you are talking about. I know what it is, so look at my circumstance and say, God cannot be in control. Oh my God. See, in any time that you struggle with this some things versus all things, you'll start looking for alternative measures, alternative methods to help God out. I promised myself I would stay right in the text. I don't need to move, but let me just make this one observation. That was the struggle with Abraham and Sarai. The Bible says that God told them, you're going to have a son. But they did not believe God for all things. So that because what it looked impossible to them, they said, let's come up with our way. And we want God to bless our plans. So they felt like they could help God. And that's precisely what we do many times. We'll get up off of our knees in prayer and calling out to God for help. And then we will seek somebody else's opinion. We will seek other sources as if the God that we pray to is not one who is able to bring us out. I wish I could talk to you. Here you are. You've come to church. You danced about it. You shouted about it. You had hands laid on you. And then you turn around and go out the door, get on the phone and say, look, man, I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, man, I don't know how I'm coming through this. I need a hookup. I need some help. That one says no. Then you call somebody. And so when you keep going down your Rolodex, you keep going down your call list as if God that you prayed to, that you say you believe is not able. But I found out something about God through my relationship. God has a unique way of closing every door. You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know. God will close every door until you circle back around and he says, I was there all the time. I let you call this one, I let you call that one, because when you dialed the number, you had confidence in them that they could fix it. Oh God, and I'm a jealous God. I'll shut every door. I'll close every door. The ones who you just knew were able to do it, I'll make it so they'll be in a situation they can't help you until you come back to me and recognize I'm the God of all things.